Who's taking home the win in this week's NFL Card Battle Showdown? Drop your prediction in the comments below and smash that follow button for more epic card reveals, game predictions, and exclusive giveaways. Let's jump right in.
Good afternoon, it's your boy Rubio, and I'm back at the table with some more cards to unveil for you guys today. And I'm back with another segment of NFL football. Week 17 is now complete. We're going to be moving into Week 18, but before we do that, let's say what's up to my boy Blue. What up, Blue? How's everything going? I know the season is wrapping up. We got one more week before the wild card. There's some teams that have already clinched. There's some teams that are on the bubble. But we'll see. Always has a smile on his face. So let's dive in to see what happened in Week 17. All right, let's see what went on in Week 17. Let's start with these Thursday night games here. So there was 3 games on Thursday night. There was the Cowboys and the Commanders, the Lions and the Vikings, and the Broncos and the Chiefs. The Cowboys beat the Commanders. I wonder if any of these teams have a chance. I don't think any of these teams have a chance of getting into the playoffs, so they were just playing for fun. The Lions and the Vikings, both of those teams are 8-8. Before this week started, the Vikings won this game against the Lions. Are they in the playoff run? I don't think so. It looks like it was a pretty lopsided game. The Vikings won 23-10. Going down to the Broncos and the Chiefs. Last Thursday night game. Broncos are already in. They're really not playing for anything. They won 20-13 over the Chiefs, who don't even have a chance of getting in. They're probably going to be in a rebuilding stage, especially with Patrick Mahomes being injured. Hopefully he can have a speedy recovery and they can get back to their winning ways. But if they don't, that's cool because they're in the same division as my Raiders. And I would love to see my Raiders on top. It looks like the Raiders are in the hunt for the number 1 pick. Hopefully we get it and do a good job with who we pick. So the Saturday night games, there was 2 of them. The Texans and the Chargers, Ravens and the Packers. I think so far the Chargers are in and the Texans are in. I got my little chart right over here. So both the Texans and the Chargers are in the playoffs. Hopefully that gave them some momentum going forward into the playoffs with the win over the Chargers. I'm not sure if the Chargers played all their starters throughout the whole game. It really didn't matter because why risk getting anybody hurt when you're already in the playoffs? We have the Ravens and the Packers. Green Bay is in the playoffs. The Ravens still need something to happen. They beat the Packers 41-24. They have one more week, and we'll see if that changes for them. Moving on to our Sunday night games. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games on Sunday. Starting with the Cardinals and the Bengals. Neither one of those teams are in, but the Bengals beat the Cardinals 37-14. The Steelers versus the Browns. The Browns beat the Steelers 13-6, led by Shedeur Sanders. The Steelers, I don't think they have a chance. It says on my little chart here they have a 42.2% chance of making the playoffs. So, yeah, that's less than 50%. Good luck, Steelers. Game after that, the Saints versus the Titans. The Saints beat the Titans 34-26. Neither one of those teams are making it. The Jags and the Colts. The Jags have clinched a spot already, and the Colts are not in. The Jags beat the Colts 23-17. The Buccaneers and the Dolphins. Dolphins beat the Buccaneers. Neither one of those teams are making it. The Patriots and the Jets. Patriots have already clinched. They won against the Jets 42-10. Seahawks won against the Panthers. The Seahawks are already in. And the Panthers have a 69.9% chance of making the playoffs. So that's a good possibility. The Giants and the Raiders, pretty much battle of the bottom. The Giants beat my Raiders 34-10. I mean, pretty much we were battling to see if we can possibly get the first round pick. We have a better chance of winning the first round pick now since we lost. Is that a good thing? It depends on how the draft goes. The Eagles and the Bills. The Eagles beat the Bills 13-12. The Bears and the 49ers, both of those teams are in. The 49ers beat the Bears 42-38. And going back to our Monday night game tonight, the Falcons beat the Rams 27-24. Rams are already in. Falcons are out. That's week 17. Our game of the week was the Raiders and the Giants. Unfortunately, the Cards did not pick the right team. The Giants won against the Raiders. It's all good. We'll move on to 18. And let's see what we got coming up in week 18. So in week 18, we have on Saturday the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. This game could help the Panthers clinch their spot into the playoffs if they beat the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers want to beat a spoiler. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be a good game. The Seahawks and the 49ers. Both of those teams are already in. It doesn't really mean anything. I don't know if they're going to rest their starters or if they're only going to play them up to a certain point. Maybe get some other guys some playing time, which would probably be a good idea. You don't want to risk getting anybody hurt. Or people that do have some injuries that are still playing, get them some rest so they can be playoff ready. Moving along for Sunday's games. We don't have a Thursday night game this week. So Sunday, starting out, we have the Saints and the Falcons. Doesn't really mean anything. Neither one of those teams are making it. Then we have the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Battle of Ohio. I mean, they're both not doing too hot this year. Hopefully Shador can get another win out of this one and go ride the season out with a positive. The Packers versus the Vikings. The Packers are in and the Vikings are out. I don't know if the Packers are going to play all their players, but it should be a decent game. Cowboys and the Giants, that's usually always a good game, no matter if they're going to the playoffs or not. The Cowboys seem to be out of it right now. It should be a good game. They're a huge rival, and hopefully they play with some tenacity and, can give us a good game. The Titans and the Jaguars. Jaguars are already in. Titans are out. It's really no implications on this one because the Jags have already clinched their spot. Colts and Texans. The Texans are already in. The Colts are out. I don't think they have a chance of getting in due to how the records are in the division. Hopefully this will be a game for the Texans to keep that momentum going into the playoffs. Bills and the Jets. Bills already clinched. Playing the Jets. Jets have really nothing to play for. Just really, trying to fight for a good draft spot. The Lions and the Bears. Lions are out. Bears are in. Led by Caleb Williams. Hopefully they don't play him the whole game. Maybe he can just get some reps to be game ready for the playoffs so they can make that run. The Chargers and the Broncos, both teams are not really playing for anything. Maybe... No, they're not even playing for number one seed. The number one seed would be between the 49ers and the Broncos. Chiefs and the Raiders, both of those teams are out. Hopefully my Raiders can beat the Chiefs. I'll probably watch a little bit of the game and just hopefully they do a good job. Max Crosby's out. He's been sat down for the rest of the season due to injury and possibly having to have surgery. Yeah, and we'll see. Cardinals and the Rams. Rams are in, Cardinals out. No implications on that game for the Rams. Dolphins and the Patriots. Patriots are in, Dolphins out. Cardinals, Eagles. Eagles in, Commanders out. And the Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers are on the outside looking in, and the Ravens are on the bubble with a 57.8% chance of making the playoffs. So those are the games for Week 18. Let's move on into fantasy football. For Week 17 fantasy football, I was playing for the third place spot. Unfortunately, I had a lot of players that were out, either injured or just did not play. I didn't win that game. I lost 101-70. I'm looking to make it to the playoffs next year and actually winning the championship next year. But we'll go through it and we'll see how we did. Jared Goff just didn't do it this week. He only scored 4 points. He had 3 fumbles for loss, 2 interceptions, and 1 touchdown. That was a terrible outing. Matthew Stafford, for my opponent, had 15.7 points. So they did a lot better on that end. ETN did pretty good for me. He didn't make his goal as far as points, but he did get me 11 points compared to my opponent's 8. Ashton Genty didn't make his goal either. He only had a little over 9 points compared to Williams' 16 points. My team just didn't have it this week, but it's all good. I look forward to playing fantasy football again, and we'll try to make the team better and move forward. So let's get into the game of Week 18. All right, for Week 18, I have the teams already pre-populated into the wheel. Since it's Week 18, we're going to shuffle 18 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Let's spin and see what we get. Hopefully we get a good game. Hopefully it's not the Chiefs and the Raiders. Oh, we got a rivalry game here. The Cowboys and the Giants. So we will be picking a winner between the Cowboys and the Giants. And the cards that we'll be using for this week will be, let's see here, it is going to be Panini Contender 2024. All right, so let's come on back down to the table and let's see what we got in this box. All right, so we're back down here at the table. We are going to use the Panini Contender 2024 football cards to pick the winner of the game of the week between the Cowboys and the Giants. Let's dive into this box and see what's going on here. And just remember, if it doesn't have the Panini on it, then it ain't real. I paid about $32 for this box. 8 cards per pack. 5 packs per box. Okay, so that's a little under $6.50 per pack, and a little bit under $1 a card. On the front cover, we have J.J. McCarthy, Roma Dunze, Brian Thomas Jr., Michael Penix Jr., Jonathan Brooks, and Ricky Pearsall. At the top, it says find one autograph or memorabilia card per box on average. Has the NFL logo up here. On this side, we have the NFL logo, the NFL Players Association. It said how many cards are in there. It says look for ultra rare inserts, including Permit to Dominate, Superstar, die cuts, and more. Find 7 inserts or parallels per box on average. I think that is it. Yes. So, let's see what we can get out of this box. For the 2024 Panini Contender Football, it features a 302 card set, including 160 rookie tickets, 100 season tickets, retail, and 42 rookie tickets RPS. If you guys are looking for the complete checklist, you can Google search it, or you can go to Panini's website and it can give you a detailed description of what you could pull, what the parallels are, what the number cards are, what the patches are, all that good stuff. All right. But without further ado, let's crack this thing open. And just remember, we are picking the winner between the Cowboys and the Giants. We will not be opening all the packs. So I got 5 packs here. We're going to shuffle for 18 seconds. And the last pack out of the shuffle will go to the Super Bowl. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right. So this last pack here go towards the Super Bowl. If we need any additional packs to help us pick the winner, I always have those retro cards that I use to help determine that winner, okay? So let's get our little stands out and let's dive into it. Bam. All right, let's move that over to the side. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. First pack magic. All right, throw that to the side. I'll actually put that in the box. So coming out of the gate, we have Bobby Wagner from the Washington Commanders. We have Anthony Richardson from the Indianapolis Colts. Pat Fairmouth from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ramondre Stevenson from the New England Patriots. Derrick Henry from the Baltimore Ravens. Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs. DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks, who currently plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, we have our first Giant, Mr. Malik Neighbors from the New York Giants, rookie card. All right, we'll sit that up there. So the Giants are winning against the Cowboys, 1-2-0. All right, going on to the next pack. If I can get it open. Come on. Do it here at the bottom then. Maybe that'll work. All right, there we go. Open that up. And let's see what we got. Turning it around. We have Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. We have another New York Giant, Mr. Darius Slayton. We'll sit that over there. From the Chicago Bears, we have Keenan Allen. From the Rams, we have Cooper Kupp. From the Washington Commanders, we have Terry McLaurin. From the Houston Texans, we have Nico Collins. From my Las Vegas Raiders, we have Max Crosby on the Game Time red parallel here. We'll set that right there. And last one in this pack, we have a dual card of Adonai Mitchell from the Colts and Jalen Polk from the New England Patriots. Both of them are rookies. I'll set that right there. We are halfway through. We have 2 packs left. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with others. Press all those buttons either over here, down there, over there, or if they're up there. You can follow me on my social medias, on Instagram at j.rubio80, on YouTube at jrubio, on TikTok at jrubio80, and also I sell most of my cards on eBay, and that is jrubio80, all lowercase. All right, so let's get back to ripping. Second to last pack, here we go. Why are they being so difficult right now? All right, here we go. So far we have no Cowboys at all in this pack. So let's see what we got. This seems like a thick pack. It looks like I got a little thick card here. Don't know what it is, but we'll find out. And do we have some color here? Not sure, but we will soon find out. So coming out of the gate on this one, we have James Conner from the Arizona Cardinals. We have Jonathan Taylor from the Indianapolis Colts. We have our first Cowboy, Mr. Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys. So the Giants are still winning 2-1 over the Cowboys. All right, moving on. We have Mr. Kendrick Bourne from the New England Patriots. We have Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. We have another Max Crosby from my Las Vegas Raiders. Get well soon. Hopefully you have a speedy recovery from your surgery and can be back 100% for next year. All right, and we have a dual patch here. We have Braylon Allen from the Jets and Jalen Wright from the Miami Dolphins. All right, that is a thick card and a good looking card there. That is pretty cool. I'll set that over here. We have another dual card here, 2 rookies here. From the Philadelphia Eagles, we have Johnny Wilson. And from the Dolphins, we have Malik Washington. That's a nice looking card there. We will set that over here. All right, last pack, guys. Last pack. Will the Giants add more to their collection and get the win? Or will the Cowboys add some cards to their collection and either tie it up or win? Let's see. Dang, these last couple packs, man, been giving me the fits. All right. So, throw that to the side. All right. Coming out of the gate, we have James Cook from the Buffalo Bills. We have George Karlaftis from the Kansas City Chiefs. We have Baker Mayfield from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have Aiden Hutchinson from the Detroit Lions. From the New York Jets, we have Breece Hall. From the Chicago Bears, we have DJ Moore. From the Los Angeles Rams, we have Puka Nacua. We have a dual card of a Cowboy and a Packer. So since this is not a full card, we can only give you a half a point. So we have DeMarcus Ware from the Cowboys and Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. All right, and it says draft class on there. All right, we will sit that down here. Since that Dallas Cowboy was only on half of a card, we can only give him a half a point. The Giants have won this game 2-1.5. The Giants are the winner of our game of the week for week 18. This box of cards will be picking the Giants to win against the Cowboys. We'll do a quick recap over the cards we have received in this box. All right, let's do our recap. Our winners of the game of the week between the Giants and the Cowboys are Mr. Darius Slayton and Mr. Malik Neighbors from the Giants. And our 1.5 Cowboys. So I have Micah Parsons, and we have the card that with DeMarcus Ware and Aaron Rodgers. Well, let's look at this rookie patch. We have of Braylon Allen and Jalen Wright. It's a nice looking card. It's kind of thick, and all the corners look pretty decent. All right, we'll set that over there. Our dual cards here of Johnny Wilson and Malik Washington. And then our other dual card of Adonai Mitchell from the Colts and Jalen Polk from the New England Patriots. And then we have our one little insert of the red variation with Max Crosby from my Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go through these base cards real quick. Let's move these over out of the way. So we got Puka Nacua, DJ Moore, Breece Hall, Aiden Hutchinson, Baker Mayfield, George Karlaftis, James Cook, Max Crosby, Josh Allen, Kendrick Bourne, Jonathan Taylor, James Conner, Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DK Metcalf, Patrick Mahomes II, Derrick Henry, Ramondre Stevenson, Pat Fairmouth, Anthony Richardson, and last one is Mr. Bobby Wagner. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. With the football season winding down, I will try to figure out something else to keep you guys entertained. I do have some pretty good boxes coming up for the wild card and playoff sections and the Super Bowl. Thank you guys for always sending positive vibes, in the comments, for liking and subscribing, for sharing the videos. If you don't already follow me, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and eBay. Hopefully sometime next year, I will also add a Whatnot channel where I'll be selling my cards live. I will keep you guys updated on that. You can follow me on YouTube at Rubio, on TikTok at Rubio80, on Instagram at j.rubio80, on Facebook, my name, Jamie Rubio, and on eBay at jrubio80, all lowercase. Thank you guys for tuning in. Me and my boy Blue, definitely appreciate it. Guess what? We're out of here.
Thanks so much for watching this NFL card battle. If you enjoyed seeing the Giants take the win, make sure you hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Drop a comment below and let me know what your favorite pull was from this box. Was it those dual rookie patches? That Max Crosby red parallel? Let me know. And don't forget to follow for more weekly card showdowns and epic NFL content. We'll see you next time.